Hey, you want it? I got it. Let's talk about it. All right. Woo, coming to you raw and uncut. Please subscribe, like, share, leave a comment. All right, let's talk about it. Raw tonight. I mean, the matches were okay, but the setup for the matches, I don't know what's going on. It's like the storylines in these matches are not making any sense at all. I don't know what's going on with Triple H. I mean, it's been like every time since Triple H has been around, it just seems like all of the PLEs have definitely gone down the tubes. There's got to be something. There's got to be something done. I'm hoping he's listening to a lot of people that are out on social media saying, what they're saying. I mean, the company is definitely falling apart and it's falling to pieces. The matches make zero sense. It's the same people every week. It's just about the same people. They're not pushing anybody. You got all that talent sitting down in NXT and nobody's being pushed. I mean, you got Carmelo Hayes on the doggone main roster not being pushed. Look how they're doing Drew McIntyre and everything, like a jobber and everything. LA Knight's not getting this time, as far as running that for a championship. I mean, I know now he will be a part of a championship match and Clash of in Paris in a fatal four way, but doesn't guarantee him a real good shot at winning the title and stuff. I mean, it's just where's you know you got Brock Lesnar going after John Cena, but no Brock Lesnar when he should have showed up and stuff. And it's just crazy. The booking is crazy. Everything is crazy. You know, I mean, and it really showed up tonight in Raw. I mean, the matches were okay, but did the matches make any sense for anything? I mean, we have Clash in Paris coming up in a few weeks and stuff, and there's nothing in none of these matches that would lead to want to go and watch that PLE, except for one match, and that's the Fatal Four Way and how that was set up. But let's get into the brisk of it all. All right, Monday Night Raw. Like I said, the matches were okay and stuff, but just the concept of what's going on, it just makes zero sense. But anyway, you got CM Punk coming out, saying that he has a Seth Rollins problem and stuff, and that Seth Rollins is trying to be like him and stuff. I mean, it's like the same thing that he's been saying over and over and over and over again. It's just like they keep coming out repeating the same thing. And if they're not repeating the same promos that they did a week or two ago, or a week ago, they're having the same people wrestle against each other. And it's just like you just hit a rewind button and it's just crazy. But anyway, after he's saying that he wants to fight for the title, he just feels that it wasn't right what happened to him, and he has to go take the title because he has to be the champion. He wants to take the title from Seth and stuff like that. So LA Knight comes out, and then LA Knight says gives CM Punk his props and say like, look, that he was robbed, you know, um, at SummerSlam, you know, for the title and stuff like that, and that he did need, to take another title shot and everything. But that was like after LA Knight, you know, goes after the title and stuff. So basically, he's saying get in line, telling CM Punk to get in line for that title. But LA Knight is saying like, there's two things that he would do once he beats Seth Rollins for the title. That he would forgive, or give CM Punk a chance or whatever the case may be. And one was, because CM Punk jumped on Seth Rollins when LA Knight was having their match last week and stuff, and caused DQ and caused LA Knight to lose. It was a no contest. So and everything. And then he told CM Punk once he wins the title that he would give Punk his first defense shot and everything, and then beat him too. So I mean, that was that. And then you got Paul Heyman coming out, saying his old crazy stuff and everything, picking at the crowd and stuff like that, talking about them and their language and stuff like that. And then it gets on that these guys, start saying, arguing with each other, whatever the case may be, and then you get the match where it's set up through Paul Heyman, it'd be Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed going against CM Punk and LA Knight. So we have that. And so that's the match that's going to be set up for um, later on this evening, which will be the main event. You know, um, so that's said and done in stone. Then you got the Judgment Day and everything. They're talking about the girls. They still feeling a little down because they lost their um, title match, and then you got Dom still worrying about AJ Styles, but he's in there with the Judgment Day with El Grande Americana, and they're asking why is he here. So and I guess he's trying to figure out something to do at it's the Mexican WrestleMania portion that will be, I guess, this weekend and stuff. But anyway, on YouTube. So they have this match. It's AJ Styles and Dragon Lee against Dirty Dom and El Grande Americano. The match was pretty good. It was pretty entertaining. They were all over the place. Dragon Lee, he does his thing. El Grande Americano, I mean, he is playing that part real good. We all know it's Ludwig Kaiser and stuff, but there was some real good stuff, real good spots in it and everything. Dirty Dom and El Grande Americana, they do win the match because Dom takes the little metal piece thing, sticks it in his head, and he headbutts AJ Styles, and El Grande Americana rolls up AJ Styles and pins him for the 1, 2, 3, and that's that match there. I mean, it was a pretty good match. It was pretty entertaining and stuff. It it was a lot. Then you got Io Sky and Roxanne Perez. Io Sky is telling Adam Pearce that it's not fair that she doesn't have a match, championship match, but somehow, some way or another, there's something going on with Naomi, and he's saying that she's not medically cleared. And so, Roxanne and Raquel are out there. They come out, and then the match is made between Io Sky and Roxanne Perez for later on in the show. Then you had the match with Sami Zayn and Rusev. Now, why this match is happening, I have no idea. Because Sami Zayn and Rusev had nothing going on. I mean, Rusev hasn't beaten Sami Zayn, in any match. But the fact is that they're having this match. And the match was okay and stuff like that up until Solo Sikoa, because last week, this past Friday on SmackDown, Sami Zayn did defeat Solo Sikoa and stuff. So that puts him into that. But why does it put him in with Rusev? And at the end, towards the match as it's going, Solo Sikoa and the MFTs, they come out, attack Sami Zayn. It's a disqualification and everything. So they're beating Sami Zayn up and stuff. And then all of a sudden, Sheamus comes out and he needs the crap out of Rusev. And now Rusev and Sheamus are going at it and stuff like that. So, we all know that Sheamus and Rusev have heat, but where does it come with Sami Zayn? See where it makes zero sense. Now, I understand Sami Zayn, he's a Canadian, and they love him there. So I guess the match is put together so it'll be a little bit different that you don't see Sheamus and Rusev going at it again, as in, like a rerun, a repeat, recharge, however you want to call it. But yeah, so it drew. People are there to see Sami Zayn. They love him there in Canada and stuff. So I figured that's why the match was going. But nobody really cares because it meant nothing to anybody. Nothing. Then you got the New Day in the backstage segment with Grayson Waller, with Adam Pearce, and they're still mourning the loss of the championship and wanting, um, to get a match, as far as the tag team titles are concerned. But who cares? That I mean, at this point, just I don't know. It's 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 crazy. And then you get this little stage. I mean, this little film thing with Bronson Reed, and he's talking about Roman Reigns and how he, stole his shoes and treated him like a, you know, um, like nothing. He was like a street thug and just took his shoes and everything and just dogged him out in the streets. And now they're calling him the tribal thief and everything. So he said if he wants his shoes back, he has to come and get them from the tribal thief. So, and then that's that. And I'm sure that Roman Reigns will have that time to do all that and everything. But still, it was crazy. And then you get here again Io Sky, with the Kabuki Warriors, and they're saying that they want to come out, be ringside with Io Sky, but Io told them no, she didn't want that for them to stay in the back and everything while she take care of business, with Roxanne Perez. And so, the match is going on. I mean, the match was actually really a good match. Like I said, Roxanne Perez, she's coming along, in the ring. But for her to be the one to roll up Io Sky, who just lost the title. So I mean, how is this possible that Roxanne Perez, and they're pushing, Roxanne, but don't push her over Io Sky. Io Sky is one of your best female workers, that you have in the ring and stuff. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And it's all a Triple H thing. If Triple H like you, he's gonna push you. If they don't like you, you're gonna be stay staggered and stuff. And it's crazy. You know, yeah. So Roxanne Perez wins that with a roll up pin. Then you got the little backstage segment with Jey Uso and everything, saying that he was handling, some family business, and he would take care of Seth Rollins, sooner or later, saying, that he needs his chance, you know, at the title too, and stuff, and it's just crazy. I can't understand everybody. I mean, I understand everybody wants to be the world champion and stuff. But why we got to keep having these triple threats or fatal four ways and stuff? And the main person that should be going after this belt ain't even involved in it. And that's Seth Rollins. I mean, not Seth Rollins, but that's Roman Reigns. Where's Roman Reigns at? You know, where is Roman Reigns? But anyway, from that, you know, um, you have Io Sky and Roxanne and everything. I mean, like I said, the match was good. And then you got Oscar and the Io Sky. They're talking, because I feel that they caused Io Sky to lose the match because why were they there? Why did they come out? They had no reason to come out and stuff. Raquel Rodriguez, I mean, she got involved trying to get the referee's attention, but I mean, Oscar and Kyrie cost Io the match. And then you see the push. Oscar pushes Io Sky, and then Io walks off, and she's really upset. Then we got this nonsense match: Maxine Dupree against Becky Lynch. I mean, last week, Natalia wanted to challenge Becky for the title, and Becky said not her. She wanted to, give it to Maxine Dupree. And, Maxine ain't been in the ring forever. I mean, I think I seen Maxine Dupree in a match where she, did a mixed match and that was it. I think and she tagged with Natalia a couple of times, in some matches and stuff like that. But, Becky Lynch just schooled her. I mean, it was a squash. It was a squash, and then Becky Lynch, she wins the match. And then after the match was over, as Natalia going to see Maxine, Becky Lynch attacks Natalia and pushes her in the back and knocks it to the mat, and then jumps out of the ring and leaves. So maybe Natalya might get a match at Clash in Paris for the U.S. title and stuff. You know, maybe. Um, so we have Bayley. I think Bayley is about ready to turn heel. I think Bayley is done with the BS and stuff. Everybody talking crap. Her and Laura Valkyria, I think they're gonna have some brutal matches. I think they both look good in the ring if they can get all the spots together and stuff. But we'll see. We're looking forward to that. And then you got Seth Rollins talking to Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, telling them to go out and do their thing against CM Punk and LA Knight and stuff. And, because the night was done for him, told him to basically go take care of business and that he was leaving. Then you got Rhea, talking to Io Sky, trying to, I guess, calm her down and stuff like that. So, and then Io Sky just walks off and everything, upset about the loss and what happened with her and Oscar being pushed and everything like that. So, we'll see how that goes. And then we got the LA Knight, the main event, LA Knight, CM Punk against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. Now, it's crazy. I mean, the match is kind of okay and stuff like that, but why is LA Knight, CM Punk fighting Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed? I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. There's nothing to gain from this, and anything. I mean, they keep saying that Braun Breaker is the future of the wrestling industry, the business and stuff like that, but I don't see it. I don't see it. And I hopefully by that time that Triple H is not the one calling the shots or writing anything or whatever the case may be. People, hopefully WWE, opens their eyes and see how things are being terrible. I mean, they're losing audience participation. Television, isn't doing good for them and stuff on any of the programs. I think NXT, have the highest rating of SmackDown and Raw. Isn't that crazy? And stuff. But anyway, so after Seth Rollins comes down and he attacks, CM Punk, then LA Knight, it's a DQ and stuff like that. And so Braun Breaker and all of them, they're beating CM Punk and LA Knight up, and then Jey Uso comes down with a chair, and then they start winning, getting upper hand, and then the Vision with Seth Rollins, they all leave the ring. And then Adam Pearce comes out and he sets it up for a fatal four-way, Seth Rollins versus Jey Uso versus LA Knight versus CM Punk, at Clash in Paris and stuff. So that's the match there and stuff. And then after that was set up and everything, then Seth Rollins and Division attack CM Punk. Everybody gets, a stomp. Everybody gets a spear, a tsunami. It's just crazy and stuff like that. A bunch of crap going on and everything, and nothing's making sense at all. At all. But please, please, please subscribe, like, and share. Please leave a comment. Let me know how you feel. If you agree, disagree, talk to me. But I thank you for watching. God bless you. Deuces. And I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.